lunch hour.
And we are back. I'll just kind of hold it right here so that if you want it, just get it. Yeah.
Okay. Lunch hour number 12. Unfortunately, it's a sad one.
The last in the house.
It is.
In the mega mansion.
It is. And this massive pad that we have.
How are we sounding?
Sounds great.
Oh.
Sounds good, yeah. For those of y'all who watched the most recent episode that came out, I guess today, by the time we're recording this, came out today. What's today?
So
Thursday?
when we upload this, we
Yesterday.
can say yesterday.
Yeah.
We have to inception.
Yeah.
Today is Friday.
Today's Thursday. Yes, today's Thursday. Yeah.
I thought it was like Saturday.
Yeah, it's Thursday. It is my last episode in the home studio, sadly.
We just purchased a brand new warehouse where we'll be the compound is what we're calling it, right?
Yes.
All right, yeah. We made so much money this year.
Yeah. So we're gonna have all the. No, I'm just kidding. We don't have a warehouse, but like I've mentioned in a few previous episodes, our home base for right now was Hattiesburg, Mississippi, but due to recent changes and that sort of stuff, I am moving to Oxford, Mississippi in the fall. Well, I will continue to do the show. But I thought it is like
We evicted him.
yeah, they forced me to leave. That's why I'm not here anymore. But we wanted to do like a send-off show, I guess, before, because this is like, by the time I'm recording this, like this is my last night here in Hattiesburg, and like I'll be moving out tomorrow morning. So we're just gonna hang out, do a final podcast here, and then it's my final goodbyes tomorrow.
Talk about all the memories.
Yeah, we'll go
Favorite
back
moments?
and we'll talk about some stuff.
The good, the bad.
And the ugly.
The ugly.
Uglier, that's what you should have said. Yeah.
The ugly.
But Trey, I have something that I want to talk about with you first.
Yeah.
So you have some news that has
I do
been
have a little bit of news.
it's been out for a while, but
It's not news at this
Yeah.
point, but it's
Yeah.
news in the grand scheme.
yeah. So why don't you explain to everybody what you got going on?
All right. Well, so I've been working on DJing. If you watched the episode with me in it, talked about it for probably way too long. So I'll keep it brief this time. But yeah, finally got a gig after all this time, and it's a good one. It's at Howlin' Mal's, May 13th. Will this be up by the time?
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, if you're just seeing this and you somehow haven't heard, what are you, under a rock?
Exactly.
But yeah, it'll be awesome. It's me and two other bands. I only know one of the bands, but I've heard some stuff from the other one. They're good. They're like Motley Crue in somewhere between. Yeah, it's. I'll do a little quick promo.
Yeah.
Howlin' Mal's, May 13th. I'm opening for Lady Gun, who's opening for Miss Bloom at Howlin' Mal's. I think I already said that, but yeah. And if you like rock, or if you like club music, or if you like both, if you like neither, it's gonna be fun no matter what. We're gonna have a great time.
Yeah, so if you're in the Jackson area on May 13th, come to Howlin' Mal's. I will also be there, but I'm just going to be taking pictures and doing videos for Trey. But I'll also be there. But, like, I kind of wanted to get – I know we've talked about it, like, prior to doing this.
One more detail about
Yeah, go ahead,
my
go ahead.
thing. I will be in the Red Room at Howlin' Mal's. I don't actually still know what this fully means, but I think it means there's going to be Club Trey and then the Rock Club. So it's like, if you want to come
two
chill,
separate deals.
1 second. If you want to chill, it's like you come hang with me, or just if you don't want to hang with me, go have some drinks at the bar, and then when the rock shows come on, go have fun. So it'll be a great night for everybody.
So if you want to chill and then come when the rock shows come on, and then you come over and have fun, great fun for everybody.
Yeah, so I wanted to – we talked about this prior to recording this, but I wanted to, you can tell the people kind of how you feel, because it feels like it's been a long time coming. No.
Oh, dude, I've been wanting it so bad. It's hard because I don't know how to like talk in the music industry.
Mhm.
I guess
Mhm.
it's like business wise. So I don't know. This one really did kind of come from luck, like just meeting them, talking, hanging out.
Well, yeah.
before
Also,
the show.
tell them how.
Yeah, we went
I
to.
guess how you got that connection or the link up.
Yeah, we went to a Miss Bloom show here in Hattiesburg and just hung out with the band for a while, chatted it up. I knew a few of them. They knew me. We hung out for a minute, and they were like, "Yeah, we have a show coming up." And I told them I'd DJ, and they were like, "Yeah, come open." At first, it didn't work. There was a bunch of issues, so I kind of thought I lost it. But then it all worked out. They moved the date and wanted more performers. It was great. And it was just some nights they didn't have enough time for 3 people to perform, and they wanted a full like roster. But yeah, worked out.
So the original idea was to have 3 people, to have
Yeah.
3.
And then it got moved to another date, but there wasn't enough time to do like the whole night. So now it's like a, 8 till close event.
Really? Oh wow.
Pretty
So that's
sure.
like, especially down there at those places, that's
Mhm.
like a.
Well, I mean,
that's a pretty huge
close
deal.
is like 12. But
Is it 12? I thought it
think
was later than
I don't
that.
think so. Or maybe they'll
Wow.
be open, but it's like, it's a long show. It's like 3.5 hours, I think.
But your set is from 8 to 9.
No, 8:30 to 9:30.
So you have about an hour.
Unless
up
it's
there.
changed. But yeah, so doors at 8. That's what's important. And I might already be going at 8. If they
But
need me to.
I'm gonna link
Tickets in the
tickets in the
thing.
description.
Yeah.
Because today's. So I want to try to have it out by tomorrow.
All right.
Because so everyone, if they look at it, they'll So yeah, I'll put the ticket link down below. So if you're in the Jackson area and you want to hear some pretty badass house music, come by to Howlin' Mal's on Saturday night.
Well, badass house music. It's gonna just be like
Yeah, it's badass.
It's gonna be Club Trey.
Some lame ass house music.
It's gonna be lame. Don't come. It's gonna suck. Just kidding. Please, please.
Are you like? So how are you feeling like getting more and like closer towards the?
I mean, that's
Towards the
that's
day.
all I've ever wanted. Like, I'm
Is-
pumped. I
is
thought
it-
it'd be like
Yeah.
very anxious about it, but I'm really not. I've practiced. I've kind of had like an idea for a set since I started like 2 years ago, like just like a good chill set. Because I have probably like I think nearing like 800 hours of music on my computer now. Yeah, like I have
That's
a lot
that's
of practice,
insane.
and so I think I figured out what I think will be a good mix of. I'm playing. Oh, also 3 remixes of my, or 2 remixes and 1 original song I'll be playing. I've decided they fit great in it.
And the
Sounds good.
remixes are great.
The remixes are cool. Bring your girl. She'll love it.
The girls will
Just
love
kidding,
it.
Just kidding. They're, it's good like pop
Yeah.
music. It's gonna be like pop music, house music, regular club stuff that gets people going crazy. I'm setting the mood, get everyone ready for a fun night.
Yeah, dude.
It's gonna be fun, and
That's
hopefully,
exciting.
some more gigs coming soon, longer. And I'll, the whole night, everyone just woo.
And the thing is about like getting gigs, and especially in Jackson, I feel like it's almost not as like it's probably easy to get gigs in Jackson because there's
Probably easier than Hattiesburg, because here it's like. I'm not gonna say anything about the venues here because I
Why?
want to get gigs.
Oh, okay. But
I love all of them.
yeah,
If you're seeing this and you own a venue in Hattiesburg, I'll send videos. That's another thing too. That's why I'm excited. Is I'll get to like film it, and he'll get to
courtesy
film
of
it,
me.
and we'll make like a little, maybe like a vlog or something.
Mm.
Put that up somewhere.
I was thinking about
performance
we were
videos.
talking about doing
Yeah.
something like that.
And I can edit together. Like I can make it all sound good. I'll
Yeah.
do all that. Yeah. So I have the plan in my head. I think it'll be
Mhm.
great. We don't have to harp on me for too long. Just be
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, absolutely. Be there on May 13th. Howlin' Mal's. It's gonna be so sick.
It's looking like a big crowd. I think.
Is it?
I think so.
Oh, that's good. No.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm excited. All right.
Hey Nick,
Yes.
you went to New Orleans recently.
I went to New Orleans, a bit of a Puya concert.
Do you wanna tell me about your recent trip to New Orleans?
I mean,
Because I love New Orleans, and
let's just say I hated New Orleans before I went, and then I went there for the first time without like going with family or having to go to some parade or some crap. Just kind of chilling and do what you want to do. And it was very awesome. And I loved it a lot.
I think like when you think about New Orleans, I've been probably like a good several times, like, but a lot of the times that I have gone, it's just for like football. What is that?
I
guess I'll figure it out.
What's it called? The Smoothie King?
The Smoothie King Center.
Smoothie King Arena.
That's where the Pelicans play basketball.
Oh, basketball.
Yeah. Well, I've the Superdome where the Saints play. Like the only times that like I've never like done New Orleans before up until I went last year for New Year's Eve. Never like done New Orleans before, and you got to be safe there.
Yeah, you just gotta be a smart guy, huh? You just gotta be a smart, normal guy. Don't be some drunk bastard. You'll be fine.
Well, yeah, because you especially hear about a lot of like. So my brother was there. They his fraternity had his formal recently down there, and he was telling me about how they were like on Bourbon Street on like 2:00 in the afternoon, and there were these people that were just like fighting in the middle of the street, like in the middle of Bourbon Street, just like on top of each other's, like throwing hands,
brawling.
And there's this fire truck who was like trying to get down Bourbon Street, and it is just like laying the horn down on these people who are fighting in front of Bourbon Street, and like they just don't do anything. They're just continuously fighting in the middle of the road, and the fire truck just sat there, and they eventually got out of the way, and they kept on moving.
I thought you were about to say they got ran over, and damn fire trucks don't care down there in Bourbon Street.
Yeah, well, Trey,
That's crazy.
here I'm gonna go turn the camera back on.
And we're back.
No.
And we're back.
That means it stopped very recently. It's not unusual. Wait.
Now it's our
The
podcast.
lunch hours
This is
no more.
You gotta be a
All
apartment
right.
resident.
The Trey and Nick show. Hey, what's going on?
Yeah. We gotta get Brilly in here.
He's reeling me in, guys.
Shout out to Brilly. Henry.
I guess we didn't really have like a full on like plan when we decided to do this, but so this is like the first, not really the first time, but
No,
like,
we've done the hangout episode before.
yeah, but like I didn't do like any prep for this episode at all, so it's just like one of those internal episodes where it's just
You're just hanging with us.
exactly, we're just doing our thing. It's Thursday night.
You're
My
hanging
last
with
night
me,
at home.
Connor, and Nate Noodle.
Just enjoying some drinks. Nice Coors Light is what I'm getting into right now. How about you, Trey?
Sipping on a nice rum and Coke.
Nick doesn't drink.
He does. I mean, I forgot. No, he doesn't. Not
No, he
until
doesn't.
next July or whatever. That's right.
That's right. Next July, I'm gonna take my first drink ever. I'm very excited. I heard it tastes pretty good.
But Trey and I are of legal drinking age.
Yes.
I turned 21 in August, and I'm a old fella myself. As are you, I
We
guess.
have many years under our belts.
Yeah.
We know the sands of time.
We're still in our prime.
No, my prime's years behind.
No?
Like I said,
I feel like I'm in.
I
my
feel
prime
the
right
wear
now.
of the sands of time on my old bones.
How?
I'm just kidding.
I feel like I can do anything right now. Yes.
Fly.
Maybe not fly, but like.
Maybe not.
I think that's gonna be so funny.
The two mic system is weird.
Like while people are gonna be watching this and they can only hear us, Nick's gonna be like,
I just had a thought. These would be great for street interviews too.
these microphones.
Interface in the backpack or something, and then like plug it up to like a
Yeah.
phone or something, or like they have something that connects your phone to like a microphone, and you could just
Yeah.
the quality would be great.
Hey, what do you think?
I want to start. I really want to do those actually, especially
You
next
should.
year,
Oh,
like at the
Oxford's gonna
Grove
be-
and stuff. And
Here is not great for that. Most people would just
Yeah.
be like,
Well, you need to like come up like
I will.
for
Yeah.
especially when I'm
"Give me
like,
some gigs."
yeah, dude,
I'll be there.
no doubt. I'll be on top of that. I'm
My
alright.
rate is $10,000 now, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, only like Metro Boomin can't afford now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of something that we could really get into. Something hard hitting. You know what I'm saying?
Nick had something.
Yeah, we're just.
It just sounds so funny in the headphones.
Is it like clear? Like when I
Yeah,
do
oh, yeah.
that? Okay,
Uh-huh.
cool. Something. What's in the What's in the news?
Well, I guess all of us about to finish our junior year at college,
Yeah.
which is, I don't know.
It's freaking me out
yes.
a little.
Yeah, I'm like, yes, but then I'm like, oh,
I'm
shit.
scared because it's like.
Responsibilities.
Well, I'm at the point where I kind of have to like, either really try to figure out something in music or like, give it all up, and that's scary. Because I don't think I'm going to give it up. Like, it is
Absolutely
what I want to
not.
do, but it does feel scary because it's like you have to,
And I think that's a lot of thing that a lot of people probably feel, especially
I mean,
like
movies and stuff too.
yeah.
Psychology's done, dude.
This is gonna be the funniest episode yet.
Should we freestyle?
Nah. Too much public pressure for me. I don't know if I can do it.
Connor's a great freestyler. Spit something.
Hey, look at the camera real quick. Do you see the red light flashing?
No.
Is that means that it's not recording?
Let's go investigate.
Okay, let me go look at it real quick.
Give me the back. Pass it back. Yep. Here you go.
What's that DJ Khaled thing we're saying? Bring out the.
Did the Connor vocals come in yet?
No. Let's go golfing.
Let's go golfing. We could touch on the Khaled revival.
Let's go golfing.
Let's go golfing.
The cuss hour.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah. I don't cuss. I like to keep a squeaky clean image. My mom could be watching. Think about it.
My dad.
I'm her only son.
My
Just
parents
kidding.
watch all the time.
I have a brother.
And like 2 sisters.
I don't have 3 sisters.
7.
7 sisters. Yeah.
Yep. DJ Khaled.
Yeah. It's interesting because when I was a youth, I remember.
7 sisters with 1 mister. 7 sisters with 1 mister.
Keep
Like,
everyone's ears intact.
When you said it the first time, I could like barely hear it.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm silent guy over here.
That's right. Nobody can hear a word you're saying. Go ahead, Trey.
What? When I was a youth, I remember DJ Khaled was like the big funny thing to see on Snapchat.
It was the funniest
like
thing
in
ever.
the serious Snapchat time.
I like the jet skis and stuff.
Yeah, you could tune in a 20-minute vlog basically of just him yelling, and then that was gone for a while. He kind of
Tell him to bring out the whole ocean.
He went radio silent. What was the lobster thing? What was it?
Tell him to cook the lobster.
No. He said, "Tell him to bring out the lobster," and it was like not cooked. And they were like, "Oh, we didn't cook it yet." He said, "Tell him to cook the lobster."
It's so funny, like seeing his personality like that, and people thinking like it may or may not be like a character he's playing, but it's also just like this is how the
Here's to you, Mrs. Robinson.
He still doesn't understand that reference. He's never seen the movie.
That's how I like it. I like just saying it and not knowing what it's from.
Mrs. Robinson, you're trying to seduce me. That's what he said. In the movie. Anyways, DJ Khaled. It's so funny how he's becoming like
He's back.
yeah, like a media type guy again.
I don't think he has like an album on the way or anything either. I think he just kind of
yeah.
came back. Like
the whole like golfing
I
deal
love
is
the golfing.
so
That's
funny.
probably what brought him back. Honestly, just let's hear.
Let's go golfing.
Here we go.
Especially as a golfer, I understand. And
You
like
look like you're ready to go golfing right now.
I'm going out after this. You know. Yeah.
Tell him.
Connor.
Tell him about it.
I'm just going.
What are we doing?
Just going to the bar
Wing
afterwards.
Wednesday.
It's Thursday.
Taco. No. Chicken thighs Thursday.
The only thing that I know that they do on Thursdays around here is the $2 margs at Pepitos.
Don't tell me that.
But yeah, that's why I'm dressed
We'll
like I'm
cut
about to
the
go
sucker
play
early.
golf. I'm going out after we record this pod probably.
To the range.
What does that even mean?
The golf range. Look at
Oh.
you. Tiger Woods down.
Call me Tiger Woods. That's what they call me.
Call me Tiger Woods way I'm handling that 9-iron.
You know what I'm saying? Anyways, all right. I want to find like, yeah, yeah, aliens. Oh shit. Okay, we can actually get into that.
Let's talk about Nope aliens, where the UFOs are the alien themselves.
I haven't seen Nope.
Okay, let's spoil it. It's not really.
Please don't spoil Nope for me. I would like to see.
Okay, well, there's a theory out there that UFOs are not metal, but instead they are the alien. Like they're alive creatures. That's pretty scary.
What, like the UFO is the
alien?
Is the creature?
Yeah. And then when it abducts people, it just eats their asses.
Sorry, it just eats people.
It eats them. It eats those people.
So, aliens. So I've been wanting to talk about aliens on this show for a while, especially with all of us, because we haven't really like gotten into it. I told a story here about how I saw a UFO on the way driving into Baton Rouge. Did y'all tell y'all's UFO story?
Oh yeah,
when y'all saw one.
You have? Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead and tell them.
Okay. That. Okay. So freshman year, me and this guy over here, somebody set off the damn fire alarm. So it's nighttime. We're out there in our jammies, standing in a circle, just talking amongst ourselves, right?
Disoriented out the wazoo.
Disoriented, baddies everywhere, asking for our numbers, but we had girlfriends.
No.
And me and Trey, we look over the horizon, over the dang, what's
sky?
it called? No, but like over a certain building.
Yeah, just like one of the
some dorm building. Yeah. And we saw a zigzag light, very non-natural. It was like
it moved fast enough through the sky that it wouldn't make sense for it to be anything else.
And very sporadic.
Yeah,
like
it was probably going like if you look up that high, it was probably going like hundreds of thousands of miles an hour, because it was like it looked like someone had drawn something in the sky, and it was like lightning looking, but lightning doesn't move like that.
Yeah.
And this other girl turns around and she was like, "Did you guys see that?"
Yeah.
And we were like,
no, she said that to her friend. So it was like we witnessed a whole different interaction apart from ours. So we know we're not the crazy ones. And on top of that, like 4 years prior, I was at my friend Nicholas Briley's house with William Turner on Nicholas Briley's roof, and I saw the exact same thing. Me and William both did. I've told you this.
I don't remember.
I saw the exact thing, and I saw it again in freshman year. So I've seen that twice. And then like people could say that maybe it was a laser or something, but it was.
Don't want to be too loud in it.
It was not. You always tell me to get on close.
I can see it, and it's like sometimes it blocks out, but you're good.
It's not a laser. Like it was definitely a light far away. You know.
I know.
We know what lasers look like.
I know that,
guys.
Sorry, I'm
viewers.
checking.
And that's the story.
Any other alien? I remember one time, like on a school bus, there was like, it was
alien,
probably, but it was less like
ET
that
style.
one was like super obvious. This was like you know how sometimes there's like a big thing in the sky that you know is not supposed to be there. It was kind of like that. Like it was like a flashing thing that like didn't move at all. And it was like bigger than like a plane flash. Like it was like wow, wow. Not the noise, but
bit of a cell phone tower.
No, it was like in the sky.
Oh,
so it was weird, but I don't want to. I could see if someone wanted to
argue that one.
Yeah, like that was iffy, but dang man,
very scary. Actually, not very scary.
I actually like aliens. They don't scare me at all.
I could be considered an alien too.
We're all aliens at the end of the day, man. Yeah.
And we're back.
So, yeah. Do you have an alien story?
Well, I mean, I've told the story about my UFO sighting, but should I retell it? I guess since
you've told it on the pod already. That's true.
Okay, I'll tell it again, I guess. So this was, let's see, I want to say it might have been like your birthday weekend, actually. Yeah.
You saw aliens here?
No, not here.
You saw them here?
I wish. It was your birthday weekend, and I had a trip planned to.
That was a bad weekend. I hated that birthday.
Why?
Because you were gone. You were sick as a dog. Remember?
I was in Baton Rouge, I think.
For my 21st.
Maybe I was sick actually.
21st, you were because we had to go get the Fireball because your parents said
Yeah.
And you were like, "Hey, yeah, let's do a shot at midnight." And I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
And then it was midnight, and you were sleeping, and I came out, and I was like,
By the way, if you are sick,
Another
take a
year
shot
around
of
the
Fireball.
sun.
It helps.
I said it was just another year around the sun for me. Oh,
I said take a shot when you feel sick or like you like feel congested. Take a shot of Fireball. It's pretty helpful.
soothes the throat.
But
Lozenge style.
tastes like heaven, burns like hell.
Oh yeah.
So what I was talking, maybe it was like the weekend after your birthday or something. It was something like that. So, Ole Miss was scheduled to play LSU in Baton Rouge, and I'd never been to Baton Rouge before. So I drove down with my friend Reed Fry, and Joe Pearson.
Hey.
You
Think they're listening?
Of course.
Hey boys.
I know for sure Reed is. Reed watches all the time.
Shout out Reed.
So
Blood clot Reed.
we were driving to Baton Rouge. We were like probably in like Macomb or something like that. Like not too far away from from
Still
here.
out in them sticks though.
Yeah. Like close to the Leonard Skinner Memorial, probably somewhere around that area.
You blew my mind with that, by the way. I had no clue that happened.
Really?
Like around, you know.
Oh,
Like, I thought that was,
I
like,
remember when I
overseas
told
or
you that.
something.
Yeah.
Leonard Skinner crashed in Mississippi.
Yeah, the plane crash.
Free bird, man.
But
the day the music died.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I was singing.
Yeah.
Bye bye, Miss American Pie. I drove my Chevy to the levee, but it was dry.
exactly.
And
but
them good old boys, they're drinking whiskey and rye.
and there's like a memorial for them when they died. Yeah, like off like the side of the highway, on 55 South, I believe. But I was in the car. Reed was driving. I was in the front seat. Joe's in the back. We had just left Sonic, and I think Reed might have pointed it out. Not really remember how, but so Reed might have pointed it out, and he said like, "Look at that in the sky." So we're all like, kind of leaning forward and looking up, and I see this kind of like half circle of dotted lights, like dots, and obviously my first impression when I saw that was it's a UFO, most definitely. That was the first thing that after I saw it, I went on what did he say? I couldn't hear him. What did he say?
Obviously.
Yeah, there you go. But I went on Twitter and I was like, "Oh, I just saw a UFO! Like, this is crazy!" And so it was like a half circle of dotted lights, and then they didn't like disappear; they like faded away. So they could have been really, really far away, and it just could have like just faded out, like as they left
As they went into hyperdrive.
Earth's atmosphere. And
Here's my question about all these experiences. What else could that be? Like, what could
Exactly.
we have mistaken that for?
Secret American weapons testing.
that's like my second guess.
Even then, though, like, why are they testing that, like, in places that we're hanging, you know? And, like, what weapon is that?
Unsubtle
I will say,
locations.
if I were the president and I had to choose one place to test it, Mississippi's not bad. Because, like,
Yeah. See, it's a
nobody
low
lives
profile.
there,
It's a
and if
real
you do live there, nobody's going to believe you.
Yeah. It's a low profile type place.
But I don't know how true that is, because even in, like, Roswell, that's, like, it was, like, in the middle of the desert, and that guy still stumbled on it, and it's, like, one of the biggest mysteries in American history.
Yeah.
One of the biggest mysteries in American history.
Well, I think that when it comes to like keeping the secret, I think everybody kind of like knows about it, especially like what was the thing you were talking about? What was his name?
The Roswell, like the balloon, the weather balloon.
Which
You
one
ever
is
heard of
that? Which one is that?
I wish I had my laptop and I could produce.
Like Jamie.
Yeah, but it's like oh man, I'm gonna mess up some of the details. I don't know everything about it, but it was like, I think in the 60s or something, there was a guy who like went wandering around in like the desert or something, and he found just like tons of metal that like they tested, and it's like, he said it didn't feel like it was from this earth, like it was like squishy metal or something. And then the government said it was a weather balloon that popped, but it like looked crazy, and it was out by Area 51. That's what the big deal was. Yeah.
And I think with have you seen the video of the guy who he's like going on like a run or like a jog or something, and he didn't realize that he was like close to the Area 51 fence, and he got like swarmed by. You ever heard that?
No.
Yeah, this guy was like jogging along like the borders of Area 51, and they might have had like a fault in their like security system.
He did not.
Like he got pulled up on by like a bunch of like Hummers. Christ. A bunch of like Hummer trucks. Yeah, Humvees. Yeah. And they all like swarmed him, and they're like, "Go on the ground! What are you doing here?" And he was like, "I'm just on a run." He's like, and then he realized that he stumbled upon Area 51.
Here's believe in gremlins.
Gremlins. You ever seen the movie?
Getting your appliances and make them start working. There's probably some in your car as we speak.
Yeah, probably faulting my bat. Or there's probably some in our AC vent too.
Yeah, for real.
Is that the plot of Gremlins? Is it they just mess with your stuff?
Pretty much.
That's lame.
Or the bad gremlins do. Yeah, the
They,
bad.
like, kill you, try to kill you.
Yeah, there's good gremlins and bad gremlins.
The good ones are Furbies, right?
They look like Furbies.
Gizmo, the good gremlin.
Yeah. And the bad ones, they look real. They're like
Shout
really
out to Gizmo.
Yeah, they're like really ugly looking. The bad looking ones, they look really ugly.
The gargoyles.
Gargoyles.
Are they gargoyles?
No. Kind of.
Am I misremembering?
It kind of looks like that they could have came from gargoyles, like the ears, the pointy ears and stuff. It kind of feels like they could have came from something like that. I'm gonna look up something real quick.
Hello, everybody.
Hold on. I'm trying to find like just funny questions.
Gargoyle folklore.
All right, here we go.
Remember, I used to do that in class. I just remember that. Say something and then make people do like this so people start laughing.
Ooh, okay. I just typed in a bunch of like random questions. I looked up a bunch of random questions to ask each other. So I'll start off with this one. What is the strangest thing in our refrigerator?
Worms, maybe?
We don't have worms in our fridge.
We got worms in that fridge, man.
Like for bait, like for fishing and stuff?
Yeah. No.
I remember when that whole rotisserie chicken just kind of sat in there for a while.
Yeah. I remember when you sat in the fridge for a while.
Me? What is your fondest memory of high school? I guess y'all two can kind of talk since we didn't go to the same high school.
Yeah, we did.
Well, middle school.
He was there.
I left. Why not?
Gross. If I had to ponder and wonder about what my greatest high school memory was, I would need a second.
I don't think she even knows that I exist anymore.
She told me all about you. She was always like, Connor, we miss him.
She got mad at me that one time. You remember that? You don't remember that?
You got to elaborate. It's
Okay.
a podcast. They can't
So,
remember.
we were all sitting out on the deck. We used to go sit out there. And we were all like just getting really rowdy, and I had a water bottle, and I took the top off, and I did the thing.
I took the
like,
top
like
off.
the rappers do in the concert, like.
Oh, I remember that.
And Miss Kinsey came out and was like, I don't even remember what she said, but she was so mad at me for doing that. And then I just kind of just sat there in defeat because I've never really been yelled at by a school professional before, and I just was like, oh, I'm sorry. Even though it was really fun because
You feel very guilty when, like,
yeah.
when the administration yells at you.
Well, we used to do a lot of really goofy things out there too on that deck.
I remember that. We got up to tomfoolery.
Exactly.
I remember when we used to get that soap dispenser and all sudsy and throw it everywhere and then put toilet paper in the in the water and then cover the ceiling with toilet paper and
We've been going for a minute.
taking the toilet off the floor.
Taking the toilet off the floor?
What else?
The locker room.
Locker room
brawls.
shenanigans.
We should talk about one of those.
We
at
used
least.
to-
That would, I mean, just let's give them a general idea. They don't know that.
We used to beat up them little 7th graders.
No, but they did.
Mainly Trey.
I only attended sometimes, but there was a long period where in PE everyone would go to the locker room, and there would be chairs in there, like just for people who were in the locker room, and they would get stacked up, and people would be flickering the lights, and someone would be running at you with the lights flickering with like a chair. Chairs were getting thrown all over the place. People were screaming at the top of their lungs, just for no reason. It was like, maybe we could, if I remember, and if we can find this part, I might put one of the videos I have of, or you have some good ones.
Oh
too.
yeah,
Like we
you
could
have the best one.
We could put
Yeah.
a couple funny things in there if we recall. But yeah, like, what else? Like there was
One of those huge trash cans, those like industrial ones,
yeah,
throwing them
yeah,
at
they were
people.
throwing like the like janitor trash can at people as hard as you could.
No,
Yeah, he did a few times. Yeah,
but he didn't
I
really
remember.
care
He would
too
come in
much.
and say like, "What is this?"
Yeah.
And then everyone would be like, "Oh, nothing."
Maybe that's why he cut me from baseball.
Dang.
Because we were such a goofballs during PE. Let me just look at these other questions and see what else we got.
I'm not a fan of the dead air. You got to fill it in.
I know.
That's a big part of this.
What's the most beautiful place you've ever seen?
Oh, Byram, Mississippi. I'm just
But-
kidding, guys.
Place is
Byram's
great.
just a very regular town. Just when you think of America town, like that's what it is. Like that picture of the like gas stations and stuff. That's Byram. I haven't, like I've said, I haven't traveled. Hang on, I do have one. I think I can't remember what the beach is. It's a beach in Florida. My parents love going there, and really, it's a very boring beach. Like it's like right by where we stay. There's like a retirement community. Like it is a old people beach.
Do you know what
but-
part it is?
Hmm?
Do you know what part it is?
I can't remember. It's not Perdido Key, but it's close, and it's really close to Destin. But they have the longest pier in the Gulf of Mexico, and honestly, that might be one of the like most beautiful places I've ever been. Because if you go
Really?
all the way out there, you can like the ocean gets like blue, like
Yeah.
and there's like sea turtles and sharks, and it's like whoa, and fish in there. You catch like cool like we're watching an aquarium on the TV just for the ambiance of the podcast, but like it looks like that. Like you can see it. It's insane. You can go fishing for them. You pull up Nemo.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. But now passing it on.
Nick. Most
Nate
beautiful
Noodle
place you-
says Bogota, Colombia. On top of this mountain, you see the whole city and other mountains, and there's clouds, and it's
It doesn't pick up on the mic.
all
thank
beautiful.
God.
You know when you burp and it stings your eye?
Yeah. I've done that before.
Classic.
It's the carbonation.
But yeah, nobody on here can picture it because nobody here's even seen it.
What, Colombia?
So good luck picturing it.
Maybe we could pull up pictures.
Hey, yeah, what is
Yeah.
I actually wanted
Put a picture on screen.
How many times have you been to Colombia?
Twice.
And what's it like that? What's it like there?
Well, in the capital, it's in the mountains, so it's like perfect weather all year round. Very cool. Food's pretty good.
Yeah.
Language is Spanish.
Yeah.
I met Pablo.
Oh, a question. What's the best thing to do in Colombia? I mean, you've only been twice, so obviously you may not know. But
Let's see.
What was the best thing you did?
in what part of Colombia did you go to?
Well, I went to Cali. I went to Bogota, and I went to what's it called? What's the one on the beach?
Medellin.
No. That's Pablo Escobar's place.
I know.
What's
Medellin, Pablo.
Everybody says
Moneybag,
going
Wells
to,
Fargo.
like
You know what I'm
the
saying?
the Party City one on the beach. I forgot what it's called. Some other one. Yeah, I think the best thing I did was probably just the food that I ate. It's just very good. And it's very cheap.
Because, see, one thing that I've noticed that you're real particular on is, like, good, authentic Mexican dish, you know what I'm saying?
I'm very particular about that one.
Yeah. Like, because you've been kind of brought up in the, like, the homemade style. And, like, going to these other places, it's a little bit different.
Yeah, when I go to all these other places, I just get disgusted. And I leave half the time. But when I go to places like, what's that one? Taco Tuesday place?
La Mexicana.
Yeah.
That place
They got
is
some
awesome.
good food there.
And we went to Del Sol and I ate that. What was that thing that was on your plate that time?
I think it was just a jalapeno, but they roasted it, so it's spicy as hell. No, just a jalapeno. Habaneros are the orange ones.
Are you sure? Was it? Yeah, no, yeah, he's right. He's right. It was green.
I don't know. I don't
It
know
was
the word.
spicy as shit, though.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm good with spice. I'll take it.
All the
Yeah.
C's let the spice out when you heat it
Yeah.
up, so it's just horrible.
I was like, yeah, I'm good with spicy stuff. I'll take it. And then I took a bite of it, and I was like, yes.
They got you crying. It had me crying. That's why I gave it to you.
I didn't cry. I was all right.
Now back to you. What's the most beautiful place you've ever seen?
Oh, man. Wow. You know, I think it's going to be something like in the... What does that say? I guess I'll find out when I go back and watch it.
You said that twice.
I think the most... I think it's going to be something like in the mountains, I think, is the kind of route that I'm going to go to. So I spent, like I said, like I've don't know if I told y'all, but I've spent like 3 weeks in the Blue Ridge Mountains before. That was really, really cool, especially like when you're hiking and stuff and you hit like summits and peaks of mountains and you get to see like the overlook of everything. It's awesome. So
I love that.
So I think that is probably at like the top of my tier list. But the thing for me is that I'm like such a sucker for cities. Like,
Oh, I am too. Trust
yeah, like when I land in an airport in a big city, and I'm like in the car leaving the airport, my face is like glued to the window. Like, I remember the first time I landed in Denver, Colorado, and it's just Denver. Like, it's nothing like too spectacular.
No, Denver's better than anywhere I've ever been.
But like when I first landed in Denver, Colorado, I remember I was looking at the which there's some interesting theories about the Denver, Colorado airport.
I think we've already talked about that on the pod.
But when I was like, we were getting into downtown Denver, I was like damn near like sticking my head out the window.
You can't do that. It's a pressurized cabin.
I know. Well, no, not in the plane, in the car that I was in. You know what I'm saying? And I guess I just like big cities is like something that I find like truly mesmerizing. Like the first time I went to California, when I went to Los Angeles at the end of last summer.
That might be your favorite thing to talk about. You talk about that a lot.
It is my one of my favorite things to talk about. I had a good time there over the summer. Saw some bands that I grew up listening to, and now I got to go witness. Def Leppard.
Bon Jovi?
No.
Journey?
I've seen them, but not on that show.
You saw...
You should know this.
The Eagles?
No.
You saw... The Talking Heads?
Yes.
You saw...
Nah.
I know who you saw. I'm just kidding. It was Poison and Motley Crue and all that.
Yeah, it was great.
Every rose has its dawn.
And I did say that Poison was the best part of that show.
Which is crazy. Because that man was renovating houses for 20 years.
Ooh.
Brett Michaels.
He was.
He was. I watched it with my mother all the time.
I think his daughter went to Ole Miss.
Nuh-uh.
His daughter's cute.
If she's watching.
Shit. Anyways, so I guess since this is the last pod in the home studio, we said that we were going to...
Here's an interesting thing. If we are heading to wrapping it up.
Not really wrapping it up, but we wanted to recollect on...
We can, but while we're on the thing of asking questions.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Me?
All of us.
Okay. I will let y'all go first.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years, Nate Noodle?
Let's see. So, I made the decision of choosing a career in which I have to earn a master's degree to make real money, to make it worth it. So that means 4 more years of 15 years of school I've already done in my life. And I don't really want to get out of school when I'm like 25. That would suck. So
Definitely.
I want to take a couple gap years. You know, I run the risk of losing my motivation and, you know, whatever. I have to have faith that I'll still have that. But I want to take some years to travel somewhere.
Excuse me.
You know, maybe have a normal job for a couple years, grind it out, and then travel with that money somewhere. I got to do something while I'm young. You know what I mean? So that's what I hope I'll be doing in 5 years.
Go ahead.
Well, I am hoping to like somehow be some form of a touring musician. I'm not expecting to be like, you know, the world's biggest like headline Coachella thing, but like I do think I am getting to the point where I'm getting close to being good enough to like at least tour around at some point. Like within the next 5 years, I think for sure. And I'm like Nick said, I do really want to like see the world. And I think that's probably the best way to do that kind of thing is like getting paid to do it. And if I have a transferable skill that like allows me to see things in a like way that I get paid and it's fun, then I don't see why I wouldn't try to push myself to do that sort of thing. Like, you know, like I talked about it before, but it's been kind of the only thing that I've really stuck to for like nearing a decade now. Like I always have fun doing it. I could do it for 10 hours straight. And, you know, it's really big. Like, a lot of people do it right now, so it's not impossible. Like, you know, there's somewhere there's a DJ somewhere every night. Someone's producing something.
And I will say I've seen DJ that are very successful that are much worse than this man right here. He just needs the opportunity and some experiences.
Also, what I've heard is just playing music doesn't really work. Like, you can't just be like a touring frat DJ for forever.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I make like about 10 to 15 minutes of my set is going to be stuff I've made. And that, I think, sets me apart a little bit because people come to see you. And if I'm making stuff, which is the goal, I don't know how much right now I'm making things that people are dying to hear. But I think if I do keep going, then definitely like within 5 years, I should have something. Like, like, you know, I think it would just be a bummer if I just worked this hard for this long on something I like, and then I was just like, yeah, let me go sit in the office.
And everyone says if you want to pursue some field, that the most important thing to have is a skill that is very hard to replicate or replace. So that's this man right here. You know, he's spent the years making his own music.
Sounds good.
He's made stuff that sounds good. So who's going to replace him if he's making the music? No. Everybody can push play, but not everybody can make their own stuff like this guy right here. So,
and not to like toot my own horn like crazy, but I think I'm pretty good. Like, especially within the last like year, I've learned to produce before. Like, I could put a song together, but now I've got a lot further in like mixing and mastering, and I can kind of like make a song now. Like I'm almost at like radio quality. And ideally, if I do get like signed somewhere or something like that, then I would also have like another engineer with me who could like fix the stuff that I'm not great at. I don't know. I just think it could happen. Not from like not in like a cocky way, but I just don't really see myself doing anything else. But yeah, you know, for the same reasons, we'll figure it out. For the same reasons that he wants to like see the world and stuff, I'm the same way. Because growing up, I've only actually ever been to Florida and Illinois as traveling spots, and I guess New Orleans a few times, but like I barely remember most of them, and I just have not seen anything other than like sand and like a really dull town in Illinois where nothing happens, and that's like, I think that's freaked me out for a while because I know how much there is to see, and like I've never been to Disney World or Universal or any of this stuff, and this guy's going in like a few weeks, so you know, I just want to like. I want to basically be paid to travel and see what's going on and love what I'm doing. And I think everyone can relate to that some way, but that's just how I feel. And now what about you? How are we feeling about your next 5 years, Connor Martin McMullen, as you leave these hallowed halls to enter the town of Oxford, Mississippi?
Well, it's funny when you brought up the 5 years thing, because the last time that I was ever asked that question, I was doing Beauty and Bow my senior year in high school, and that was like a part of the question. They were like, what is something that you see yourself doing in 5 years? And at the time, I wrote down that I was going to be just working for ESPN, whatever it was I was going to be doing. That was what my plan was to be working with ESPN in 5 years, whether it's an intern or an analyst,
ESPN?
whatever. Yeah, but that was back in high school. Gotcha. So, and I think about then and now, and my headset and my tunnel vision is just completely different than what it was back in high school, because I still am. I'm a huge sports fan. Obviously, I tweet about it and I watch it all the time. But I think when it really comes down to, like you said, it really just comes down to about doing what you really want to do. And I've been listening to a lot of people talk about that, and it's just about, kind of finding your niche and kind of finding what really suits you. And for a long time, I thought that was sports. Not to say that that's not even, something that I'm turning away at all.
You can do both. Like there's sports movies.
Yeah.
That could be a thing.
But what I want to do is, it's just kind of weird, because this is kind of the first time I've ever, kind of stated it on
put it
on
out.
the pod.
Remember we were talking about that.
In the next 5 years, I would like to see myself living I want to be living in Los Angeles, California. I know everyone's got their own opinions, whatever, on LA, whatever, but that's just in particularly where I would like to be, because I do want to do something with movies in the future, whether it's acting, directing. I'd like to kind of dabble.
Specific. Put it out.
I would like to dabble in a little bit of everything.
Affleck style.
Exactly. But I want to start. I think I want to start with acting, with trying to get my name out that way. And I think if it works, then I would definitely keep doing it, because I watch videos
Body?
of, yeah, dude. I watch videos and people of just it's so interesting when I listen to other actors talk about how they get into a character, or how they kind of merge into a character. And I remember when I would watch movies and stuff, and especially really classic movies and acknowledgeable performances and stuff, I would watch that and I was I would love to do something something
in that vein,
that kind of resonates to that level, something that's at that high of a standard.
You want to leave a mark.
Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of what I'm glad you said that, because that's kind of what I've always kind of been is just...
Disney told us, make your mark on the world.
Yeah. And that's the thing, I don't want to I've been listening to a lot of things, and people sometimes often talk about how when they're close to death and they're on their deathbed, and they add the subject or whatever you call it is is there anything you regret in your life? And they list tons of things, and my thing is that I want to get to a point where I don't even have to do that.
You want to keep that list short.
Yeah, exactly. Where it's I didn't skydive, or I didn't,
that's a good point.
Go scuba diving or whatever, something like that, but on a large scale and in things that I actually want to achieve.
Dumpster diving.
Right. It's it's all just about, but I think in 5 years I would, if I haven't made it clear to my parents, this is it right now, sorry, but.
We're telling you, Martin, Kim, and
Tom.
Tom.
Yeah.
You heard it.
And Holly.
And
Holly, my stepmom.
Stepmom Holly. It's coming.
Yeah, but that's kind of the idea. I know it's expensive to live out in LA, but I'll sleep in my car if I have to. I'll, what I'm saying, it's all about just doing whatever it takes.
Become a hitman. Bye.
Cut that part. But yeah, I think doing something with movies is something that I see myself doing in 5 years. Whether it's, I think just working on a movie set, even if it's not like a job, like a real serious job, if it's just like working on a movie set, I think that could be something that I could really, really get behind. Is that it? Is that all everyone's got?
Yeah. That's the end of
How
my
long
5
have we been
years.
going? Shit, it's 8:30. Man, well,
How long we been going?
probably like a good hour or so, something like that.
That's pretty good.
Well, fellas.
Any last words? Lestrange?
Well, it's not really goodbye. It's not like I'm like moving across the world. It's like
6 hours. Not close.
I've got there in
Oh well.
it's like 4 or 5.5. 4.5 if you
It
can.
is sad, like sometimes I feel bad, not to get too into it, but you could have had a better time, I think. We all could have, actually. I mean, this year was a little bit of a slump, I think, for a lot of people.
Yeah, it was for me for sure.
I think no matter what year, you just gotta be okay with it. Like the thing with dying at the having regrets when you die. Like the only way to not have regrets is to just be okay with whatever the hell you did, even if your ass wasted the year, wasted your life. Just be, you know what? I'm fine. It's all right, and then be happy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think that's a good. I like that. It's pretty good. It's just like I'm all right. Just I'm fine. That's good.
It's just I remember when you were saying you were coming here, we were like, it's going to be and in a lot of ways it turn out to be a pretty creative year, but I remember we were hyped about I was going to be DJing every single weekend, and we'd be doing crazy stuff. And sometimes it doesn't work out that way, and I wish we could have had a little bit more, I think, looking back, but we had our fun,
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, and I definitely think if I didn't come here, I don't think the creative progress in the show that we've made, I don't think would have ever actually been made. So definitely being here has you and it kind of taught me of just kind of consistency is the main thing, and that was the biggest problem was, and just putting effort into it.
Even still, it's hard.
Yeah, definitely.
It's not easy.
Yeah.
It's unpaid. It's working outside of stuff. You're your boss, and you got
out of school especially.
Yeah, school. If it was no school, it'd be a lot easier.
Yeah.
But trying to work in this unpaid chunk of work that you have to research for, and then edit, record, all this.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like a ton of work, but
The risk reward ratio is
low.
Is
right
very
now.
low. Yeah.
I feel you. I'm the same way right now.
But that's the way of just kind of just keep doing
that's
it.
the way the news goes.
Because I definitely want to grow the show.
Yeah,
most definitely. Because I enjoy doing it a lot, and
if you do get into acting, this will be a fantastic thing.
Absolutely. Well, I think that about wraps it up. So this was the final episode in the Hattiesburg home studio. I will be leaving, but they will not be. They will still be here.
We'll be hosting the lunch hour now from this apartment. Me and Nick.
No, they won't.
Me and Nate Noodle are the new hosts.
No, they won't.
Connor is just going to party down in Oxford.
Yep, I'm quitting.
Endless Bindi until the end of time.
I'm quitting.
So we are the new hosts. We'll change up all the social media. This is now a podcast about charcuterie boards and making tea. And if you're not a fan of that, get out of here.
Boo! Anyways, thank y'all so much for watching, and I've appreciated, really, really, really have appreciated the time that I have spent here in this apartment with you guys. Hate to get real, but, got to at some point.
Not to kill the sad mood, but just plug in one more time. Keep an eye out for the lunch hour filmed DJ set at Howlin' Mouse. Keep
That's
it light
right.
a little bit. End on a light note, It's
May
gonna be
13th,
fun.
Howlin' Mouse. Trey will be there. I will be there.
Nick will be there.
Nick will be there. Please show up. If you know my face, please speak to me.
It'll be a big day.
Yeah, it'll be great. Thank you, everybody who watches every week. I appreciate it all the time. Make sure to keep continuing to like, comment, subscribe, share, whatever, you know. Yeah, thank y'all so much for watching. I will see y'all next week. Peace. And I'll end it off with a BAM!